We have always held the view that the third stage, which we consider to be Pax Judaica, will not occur until the Great War takes place. And we said the proof for this is that the passage from Pax Britannica to Pax Americana required the First World War and the Second World War. And so I was waiting for the Great War to take place, and only then would Pax Judaica replace Pax Americana. So why have I changed my views? And we have to begin with defining what do we mean by Pax Judaica? What is the explanation from Islamic eschatology of Pax Judaica? What does Islam have to say on the subject? Pax Judaica comes after Pax Americana, and Pax Americana came after Pax Britannica, and this is Britain. So there is three parts of this Pax, meaning a country which seeks to rule, establish its rule over mankind, a kingdom or a state that is incomparable, cannot be compared by any other, cannot be threatened or rivaled by any other. From where has this come? Answer: when Nabi Dawood alayhi salam, the prophet David, established from the seed of Abraham, Nabi Ibrahim alayhi salam, a kingdom, a great kingdom. The Qur'an refers to it as a great kingdom. Then his son, Nabi Sulaiman alayhi salam, took that kingdom or that state to make of it a ruling state in the world. There can be no rival to holy Israel. No one can threaten holy Israel successfully. And Sulaiman alayhi salam prayed to Allah, and he said, وَهَبْ لِي بَعْدَ أَعُوذُ بِاللَّهِ مِنَ الشَّيْطَانِ الرَّجِيمِ وَهَبْ لِي, and grant me, mulkan la yanbaghi li ahadin min ba'di, grant me a kingdom that cannot be compared, none can compare with it. That is in the Quran. So the concept of a pax, this or that, a state which rules the world, is there in the Quran. And if someone wants to replicate that holy state, they will have to establish a holy state of their own. And that is what the false Messiah wants to do. He wants to establish a state of Israel in Jerusalem, which will rule the world. That is not so difficult to understand. Even someone with only peanuts in their head could understand that. But he has to be able to proceed to the establishment of a bogus holy state in Jerusalem in a stage-by-stage process. Now then, I have come to the conclusion that when Dajjal was in his first stage of his mission to eventually rule the world from Jerusalem, from what would appear to be a holy state of Israel, as a ruling state in the world, Dajjal created modern Western civilization. This is the civilization of Dajjal. The Prophet said that Dajjal has the word kafir written on his forehead. And I said this civilization has the word kafir written on its forehead. And there are many. Not the ones who migrated from Pakistan to come to Britain. No, the ones who were born here. The ones who were born here and who've seen Britain, who will agree with me that this is a civilization which has kafir written on their forehead, on his forehead. And this civilization then gave us Pax Britannica, mysteriously so, a ruling state in the world. I don't have the time to devote to explaining Pax Britannica because you can do that research yourself. And then I found that Pax Britannica had an obsession. Britain had an obsession. You know what's an obsession? And the obsession was the Holy Land. And that obsession culminated with the Balfour Declaration. And the British Army then conquered Jerusalem. And Britain then became the mandate state, taking control over the Holy Land given to them by the League of Nations. You should do your homework and get all of this history. And then Britain ruled over Jerusalem and the Holy Land from 1917 until 1948. And then Britain presided over the birth of the baby, the state of Israel. An obsession with the Holy Land and supporting the Holy Land. And then came a moment in time when power had to move. Britain had to go into the sunset, Pax Britannica. And the new Britain is a shadow of the old one. And then came Pax Americana. But Pax Americana not only rules the world, the way Britain ruled, and the US dollar now becomes the world's leading currency like the British pound used to be, but the United States also has the same obsession with Israel. And we say that Dajjal is now in the second stage of his mission. But I've been saying this for 25 years now. I wrote Jerusalem in the Quran 25 years ago. And the world of Islamic scholarship refused to respond to my book. Incapacitated. I don't know what's wrong with them. They refused to respond. They just remained silent. This was 25 years ago. And then I said that Pax Americana cannot remain forever, not even with Donald Trump, who wants to make America great again. Meaning he wants to restore Pax Americana. That's why the American warships are now flexing their muscles. This is Pax Americana. But Donald Trump cannot do it. The US dollar is now in intensive care unit in the hospital. It's on life support. It should have collapsed long ago. Yeah. And they know it. It's a bogus system. A bogus, fraudulent monetary system which has been used to rob mankind of their wealth. So it's blood money they have. So what comes after Pax Americana? Which is the new ruling state in the world, which will be the third of the three parts? My answer is Israel. And my answer makes sense because Dajjal wants to declare himself the Messiah from Israel. But if you say, no, it's China, no need for any boxing match. That's your view, and that's my view, and Allah knows best. This is a brief explanation of the term Pax Judaica. Good. If I am wrong, I have to speak on this lecture very carefully because this lecture is going to reach around the world. And I don't have any shortage of critics. Not at all. The Salafi consider my methodology to be a threat to their whole Salafi world. The Sufi are annoyed and angry. Why does he not say he's a Sufi? Because his teacher was a Sufi, Maulana Dr. Muhammad Fazlur Rahman Ansari. And his teacher, Maulana Muhammad Abdul Alim Siddiqui, was a Sufi. And Maulana Muhammad Abdul Alim Siddiqui was a Khalifa of that man, Ahmad Raza Khan Barelvi. So how come Imran does not identify himself as Sufi? Answer, I consider Tasawwuf to be the very heart of the deen. The very heart of the deen. And I define Tasawwuf as being able to see with the internal eye. That is Tasawwuf. But I don't want to defend any Sufi practice, religious practice, which is not based on the Sunnah. So I save my time. I have no shortage of critics. So my question to them is, if I am wrong, then what is the explanation? Other than the one that I have given from Islamic eschatology, which explains the phenomenon of the emergence of modern Western civilization as a unique civilization in human history. This part of the world never walked on the stage of history before. And suddenly this part of the world emerges and takes over the world. Hindu civilization, which is thousands of years old. And the Hindus are proud of their civilization and the accomplishments of their civilization. They have a great philosophy in Hinduism. And yet this civilization takes Hinduism and sends it into the museum. The Chinese have a proud civilization, great civilization. And the Chinese are proud of their civilization. And yet this modern Western civilization takes Chinese civilization, send it to the museum. All civilizations, and including Islamic civilization, are now sent to the museums of history. Who said that? Arnold Toynbee, one of the greatest of British historians. That's what, in which book? That's right. Civilization on Trial. You must read that book. And so now, if you say I'm wrong, tell me, what is the explanation of the emergence of modern Western civilization with an obsession for the Holy Land? What is it that explains the emergence of Pax Britannica? And what it is that explains the emergence of Pax Americana? A Pax Britannica in which the British pound rules the world. A Pax Americana in which the US dollar becomes the international currency. I don't have time to proceed even further into this, so this is my challenge to them. Come forward and explain. Now then, we have always held the view that the third stage, which we consider to be Pax Judaica, will not occur until the Great War takes place. And we said the proof for this is that the passage from Pax Britannica to Pax Americana required the First World War and the Second World War. And so I was waiting for the Great War to take place, and only then would Pax Judaica replace Pax Americana. So why have I changed my views? Iqbal says only stones don't change. So I have the right to change my views if I feel I want to change that. I came to the conclusion that I was wrong, and that Pax Judaica has arrived when I saw the evidence that Israel is defying the whole world. That Israel does not care, even if public opinion around the whole world turns against Israel. Israel is going to proceed. And Israel is going to either kill all the Palestinians, if they have to be killed, or kill those that they can kill and enslave the rest. And that Israel is not going to allow Iran to continue to have a nuclear program, even if it means bringing down the whole of the Middle East and the catastrophe. Because if Iran blows up all the oil installations in the Gulf, the price of oil, and if Iran blocks the Straits of Hormuz in a war with Israel, the price of oil will escalate to such an extent that the world economy will collapse. So when I saw Israel, which previously was always acting behind the curtain, parde se piche, always behind the curtain, acting secretly and never confessing, we did it. No. When I saw Israel changing her strategy now, and Israel speaking openly, plainly, clearly, publicly, yes, we're going to do it, announcing we're going to attack Iran before the attack took place. Who does that? If you want to launch an attack, you don't say it in advance, you do a surprise attack. That's what military strategy is about. But Israel announced in advance, we're going to attack Iran. And Israel proceeded to attack Iran. And when Israel attacked Iran, Israel killed so many of the nuclear scientists. More than that, Israel killed the chief of staff of the Iranian armed forces in his own house. Israel killed the chief of the Revolutionary Guards in his own house. Israel had all the intelligence of where all these people were living. And Iran never took any steps. As Yasser Arafat used to be moving from house to house, never sleeping in the same house for 2 nights, not Yasser Arafat. But Iran remained sleeping in their own apartments and houses. Yeah. And when Israel bombed all these nuclear installations, bombing a nuclear installation could trigger off a nuclear explosion. What a reckless thing to do. And then the United States then supporting Israel in bombing Iran. These two things led me to the conclusion. Number one, the continuing genocide in Gaza without any consideration for world public opinion, as though the Palestinians were cockroaches. They're not human beings. The way the Americans treated, the Europeans treated the Native Americans, killing them like the way you kill buffaloes. That's how they took over the United States of America. So that's the same thing Israel is doing. I realize that Pax Judaica has arrived. I can be wrong. And I always ask my audience, don't accept my view unless you're convinced that I'm correct. Because I respect your intellect. I want to encourage you to think. And if I can get you to think and to penetrate the world of knowledge in an independent way, and even to extend the frontiers of knowledge, my work is done. Secondly, I came to the conclusion that when the conquest of Constantinople takes place, then it will not be long before the Dajjal appears in person. That the passage of time from the Great War to the conquest of Constantinople, only about 7 years. So why should the next one, from the conquest of Constantinople to the emergence of the Dajjal, be 700 years? It doesn't make sense to me. So I came to the conclusion that the passage of time from the conquest of Constantinople to the emergence of Dajjal, and the passage of time from the Great War to the conquest of Constantinople, and the amount of time we now have left before the Great War takes place, is too short a time for Pax Judaica. When we compare a year with a month, with a week, it doesn't fit. So it makes more sense to recognize that Pax Judaica has commenced before the Great War has taken place. Good. This is why I changed my mind.